of mine told me yesterday, he was like, bro, you push niggas away. And I was like, and he was like, you push niggas away because you know what you want.
Where you gonna go when you're feeling lost? What you gonna do when you lose it all? Who you gonna call when the love is gone? Who you gonna call when you're all alone?
When you're walking along this earth, start to feel like none of it hurt. My friends are ghosting, detachment, issues, connections, no longer worth it. Neglect, I've been feeling often. Most for me, just talking. Thoughts keep provoking caution. I got me, that's plenty options. In the mirror, my reflections watching. On the window, the rain keep dropping. Is it demons or angels flocking? Silence, clocks are stopping. Frozen in time, I copy. Portraits before the come up. Too many claim to love you. In the end, can't dial your number. But
where you gonna go when you're feeling lost? What you gonna do when you lose it all? Who you gonna call when the love is gone? Who you gonna call when you're all alone? Where you gonna go? What you gonna do when you're feeling lost? When you lose it all?
Where you gon' go when you feel lost? What you gon' do when you lose it all? Who you gon' call when you're all alone? Who you gon' call when the love is gone? What you gonna do? Where you gonna go? When your love is gone? When you're all alone?
Wouldn't I just be like, oh, I want sex? Everyone will be available. But if I say that I want something serious, I want to build a family and everything, niggas just don't fucking away. They just run.
I mean, most guys are probably not ready for that level of commitment.
And now enters into our story John Chilembwe, a man whose mission would lead to seismic change in Malawi and ultimately bring about both the freedom and the dictatorship of the decades to come. Born in or around Nyasaland, well before it was called Nyasaland at all, Chilembwe was a Baptist church minister who'd spent time in the United States learning that nation's lessons of its own post-Civil War, post-abolition years. Chilembwe disdained the institution of British Nyasaland after well over a decade working to build a fair and equitable landowning estate for African workers to escape the British system. By the time the Great War kicked off, he was already deeply embittered against the British, and the recruitment of the people of Nyasaland into a war that Chilembwe deeply felt had nothing to do with them was a bridge too far. His overtures to the colonial government not to recruit black porters went unheard, and by the end of 1914, Chilembwe and his followers had their plan for an uprising. The revolt came in the late night hours between the 23rd and the 24th of January 1915. Chilembwe delivered a speech urging his followers not to expect that they would survive the violence and reprisals to come, but emphasizing that their sacrifice was, as he believed, the only way to begin the long process of destabilizing the colonial order. Then, Chilembwe's rebel forces spread out across the countryside, attacking several targets, but most importantly, one plantation called Magamero, where thousands of locals were subject to the same rent-based forced labor system that we mentioned previously.